Hello, Dave Saunders, man of many hats. Thanks for being here and welcome to my channel. Today, I just thought I'd share with you how I started my business, which, crazy enough, is a Santa Claus business, and ironically, I did not come up with. Never in a million years did I see myself as Santa. Um, I owe this completely to my son Hunter, who at the time was probably maybe 9 years old. So let me start from the very beginning and set it all up for you. When Hunter was about 6 years old, he came home from school. He was in first grade, and he had a letter from his school nurse basically saying that he had failed his hearing test. Now, I was pretty irritated and was like, what does the school nurse know about my son's hearing? However, Hunter did have a lot of ear infection. But I called his mom. She and I were divorced, and let her know what was going on. And basically, the letter said, "Oh, you should go get him, checked out by an ENT and an audiologist." So we agreed, set up the appointment, and basically, I had to eat crow. She was correct. I was wrong, and Hunter failed horribly. He was basically completely deaf in his left ear. So over the next few years, we spent a lot of time at Children's Hospital in Delaware. So he could have checkups, visits, surgeries, and try to fix his hearing problem. Crazy thing is, an amazing thing is that at such a young age, Hunter recognized how sick the children really were there. And they are sick. I mean, parents basically live there with their children. And we were just coming and going and dealing with his hearing, although an issue. And he still can't hear out of his ear. We would leave there after visits or even surgeries, and Hunter would always say, "Man, I wish there was something we could do for all these kids, to make them happy or make them smile." And I would always say, "Well, you think of what you want to do and we'll try to do it." Well, one day, he was probably about, like I said, about 9. He had a long, surgery, a major surgery. It was hours long. And we're coming out of the elevator. I'll never forget it. He looks at me and goes, "I got it." I was like, "You got what, buddy?" He's like, "You can be Santa. I'll be your elf. And that's how we'll make people happy. That's how we can make kids smile." I was like, "Man. All right, well, let's get you home and get you feeling better. We'll talk about it tomorrow." So he's like, "All right." So the next day we talked about it and he still wanted to do it. So I said, "Well, I'm all for it. And I think we should do charity work. I think you're onto something. I think we could do something big with this. I think we could make it a business and do it together and make money." So he's like, "All right." So I had no idea where to begin. I didn't really see myself pushing Santa off the roof, putting his jacket on and becoming Santa. So to Google we went. And I Googled and Googled and Googled, how do you become Santa? What do you do to become Santa? What do you have to do to become Santa? And you would be amazed at all the places that you can go to try to learn to become Santa. Crazy, crazy. So I emailed and called and left messages to all these places, and one person called me back. One. Susan from Professional Santa Claus School in Denver, Colorado. And we talked for several hours, and she was very kind and helpful. We came to one agreement that I couldn't go that year because it was too expensive for me and to get Hunter and I there. But with her kindness and help from some other people that went to the school there that year, next year, Hunter and I went the following year. And we had a blast. We made amazing friends who we're still friends with today. Um, we learned all about the history of Santa and Christmas, how to become Santa, um, how to look, how to dress, the business side of things like doing contracts, insurance, background checks, things like that. You name it, we learned it. And it was awesome. She was a master at it. And so we got home and we talked and we're like, well, we need a business name. So he was on it. He's like, Santa Department 25. I was like, what? He's like, Santa Department, like fire department, and 25 for Christmas. So I was like, all right, I'm in. So we locked it in. Santa Department 25 LLC was born. He even came up with a logo and got a website. And then we got our background check and our insurance. And yeah, we just needed to start our season, which our first season was not that good. But we knew one thing. We knew we wanted to work for ourselves. We didn't want to work for other people. Like we didn't want to work at a mall or be told what to do or how to do it. So what we decided we were going to do, how we were going to do our Santa, was we were going to do home visits. That we wanted to make it an up close and personal experience for people. And charity, because that's why we started. And so our first year was basically free. We had a few visits, but mostly charity that year, just because it was late to get started and it was what it was. The second year was a bit better. We actually even got to work with a photographer, which was great because I did want to work with photographers. I knew that if we started earlier, like October, November, we can make our season last longer. And everybody wants Christmas photos, right? So, but I didn't want to just do still photos. I wanted to do like a Santa experience and make it, again, an up close and personal experience for the children, for the families. We worked with him a couple of years and then we moved on. But so our second year was okay. Our third year was much better. And the thing that helped me was that, I have a network of friends in the fire service and the police departments. So a lot of our clientele are police officers, firefighters, nurses, military, and word of mouth spreads. And that's your best advertisement. And that's what helped us. So we really got lucky. We still do, to this day, a lot of charity for our community where we live. There's nothing better than helping people in need, whether it's getting them toys, food, money, or the things they need to survive, or just make Christmas better for them. That's for sure. We help a foundation that helps the police get canine vests, like bulletproof vests, Kevlar vests. And they also collect toys and everything for underprivileged families as well. And then I do a huge toy, food, book, shoe, coat drive at my work. So we do charity still, but it is amazing. Like our first year was just not good. Second year was okay. I was really worried, but then it took off. And believe it or not, like now I'm booked out a year in advance. So 2025 is booked solid and has been since December. And I'm actually booking into 2026. I never in a million years thought it would go where it's going, ever. Now we do some other things, not just home visits. So I work at the Strasburg Railroad a few days, which I love and adore. It's one of the, I think, the oldest steam train in this country. Don't quote me on that, but one of at least. And we worked one season at the National Christmas Center. It was the last season it was open. It was then bought and moved, so it's open again, but kind of in a different location by different owners. And that was fun. But the one thing we really, truly love, we do or I do work with several different photographers, and I do that in September, October, November. So with my photography, it's all like Santa experience photos. So again, it's up close and personal, interactive photos with the children or families, and it's so much fun. So I try to do some Christmas in July as well, of course. And then like from the middle of November till Christmas Eve, all through Christmas Eve, it's all home visits. And it's all day, every day. And I'll probably do 100 to 150 home visits. If I could squeeze more in, I would or will. I'd do as many as I can. The funny thing is, it didn't stop there. Probably like the fourth season, we got an event, which we didn't realize what it was, but it ended up being a commercial. So Hunter and I got to do that together, which was awesome. So the first commercial I ever did was with Hunter. That same season, I did a music video, and then I got a couple of ads. The next year, I ended up doing another commercial and maybe another ad. Then it dried up. I was like, man, this is great. I want to do commercials and ads and make extra money. And I thought, what a way to do it on the off season, get commercials, ads. But it dried up. Now I've tried to get representation like an agent and everything, and no one will pick me up. I don't know, whatever, right? But then all of a sudden, a few years ago, I got offered an online Christmas commercial that there was a movie coming out called Christmas versus the Walters, and they asked if I would do like an online Christmas commercial. Well, it was awesome. I was so grateful for it. So grateful. I'll always be grateful for that one. This year, I just did another online Christmas commercial. And then 4 years ago, I got called and asked to do a Christmas movie, like a feature Christmas movie. And I thought, heck yeah, right? And I just thought, Santa only gets maybe a little small part. Well, it was a pretty large part. And I was Santa and an elf. The next year, God bless the director, he had me back, and it was a cameo part in the movie. So it was just a small part. My buddy called me. He's like, you know how long you were in that movie? I was like, I don't know. Not very long. He's like, 34 seconds. I was like, whatever. And then the following year, I was in his third Christmas movie as Santa. So 3 feature Christmas movies in 3 years. I never in a million years would I ever thought that by my son saying to me, hey, you should be Santa and I'll be your elf, that I would have done Christmas commercials and movies and 150 like home visits a year, like it's amazing. I love it. But the best part of all of it is we're doing exactly what he wanted to do. Everything we do, we're all over social media, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, even Cameo, as Santa Department 25, right? And Instagram's my best. Like that's my thing. Instagram's definitely my best social media. I'm on LinkedIn too. So many things out there. And social media is hard. You really have to keep up with it. But everything we do on social media and in life is exactly what Hunter wanted to do from the start. Is just make people smile. Just spread kindness. That's it. And that's what we do. Everything we do, every video we post, every person we see, that's all we want to do is just tell people to be kind. Just make people smile. And it's great. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, at home, I'm very introverted. I'm kind of a hermit. I sit in my room a lot. I don't mean to. I just kind of clam up. And I seclude myself. I don't know why. But when I'm Santa, it brings something out of me. I'm a different person, and it's amazing. And Hunter did that for me. And I love making people smile and bringing the joy out in families. There's nothing better than having an adult or a grandparent come up to me and say, thank you so much. That took me back to my childhood. or watching the children, just enjoy the visit that we get and smile. Kindness is contagious. Smiling is contagious. The things that we do when we're kind, like being kind to people, it just makes other people want to be kind. Like it's boom, boom, boom. It is contagious. And that's what we're doing. And that's why we started it. And I'm so grateful to him for that. So everything he wanted, we're doing. Now, he doesn't work with me anymore, but everything I want to do, I still run by him. And so it's kind of crazy. But that's it in a nutshell. I'm available all year round, amazingly enough. Sometimes I do get some things on the off season, whether it's a commercial or an ad. I would love to get an agent. I'd love to get representation and do more commercials and do more movies, things like that. I hope in time it comes. But we'll see where it all goes, There's nothing more I would love than to just be Santa and just make people happy and smile and make some commercials and movies and go on from there. But until then, we just do what we do. And that's how it all started, and that's where it's gone. And I hope it was interesting to you, because it's definitely been a fun ride for me. So I appreciate you listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until the next time, remember, I believe in you. Be awesome. Be kind. Make people smile.